Chloe sits on her studio couch, legs curled beneath her, surrounded by a constellation of candles. Some tall, some stubby, all flickering like they're gossiping. The sage green wall behind her is alive with shadows and the soft glow of fairy lights that have just blinked awake. A half-empty bottle of red wine breathes on the coffee table. 2 glasses, one with a lipstick smudge, one with a thumbprint. Her voice is low, velvet, still crackling with storm static and something deeper. You guys will never believe what happened. I'm Chloe. No last name. Just the girl who paints Cresthaven's secrets onto canvas. And this story? It started with a blackout that swallowed the town, a knock at 11:42 p.m., and a man who turned candlelight into confession, wine into truth, and silence into electricity. Cresthaven storm. Full, glorious fury. Thunder like artillery, lightning strobing the lake into silver shards. Power died at 10:47 p.m. Pop, gone. My apartment plunged into velvet dark. I lit every candle. I owned tall tapers, squat tea lights, even the half-melted birthday ones I never threw away. Sat on the couch in paint-stained sweats, knees to chest, watching shadows dance on the sage green wall like they were auditioning for a noir film. The silence was thick, just rain lashing the windows, wind rattling the panes, and my pulse in my ears. Boom, boom, boom. Then, knock, knock, knock. I froze. Who the hell? Chloe? It's Everett. Just checking you're okay. Everett, neighbor, retired horticulturist, salt and pepper, green eyes that see everything, stood in the doorway with a flashlight beam haloing his head. Rain dripping from his hair, flannel shirt clinging to his shoulders like it had secrets, concern in his eyes, but a half smile that said, I brought light. I opened the door wider. Come in before you drown. He stepped inside, shut the door, and the storm felt smaller. He smelled like wet cedar, rain, and something green, alive, like crushed leaves after a downpour. Hey guys, I grinned at the camera. Spicy portion incoming, hit subscribe. Back to him. He set the flashlight on the counter. Beam up, casting soft gold across the ceiling like a private moon. Candles flickered. We sat on opposite ends of the couch, safe distance, for now. You didn't have to check on me, I said, tucking a strand of hair behind my ear. Old habit, he replied, rolling up his sleeves to reveal forearms tanned and scarred from years of coaxing life from soil. Greenhouses don't like blackouts. Neither do artists, I laughed, soft, surprised. I'm fine, just dark thoughts, he tilted his head. Tell me one, I bit my lip. I keep thinking the power will never come back, and I'll be stuck in this half-finished life forever. Half-finished paintings, half-finished dreams, half-finished me. He leaned forward, just a little, elbows on knees. Half-finished is just potential. Like a canvas before the first stroke, or a seed before the rain. Beat. Your turn, I said. Dark thought, he smiled, slow, dangerous. I keep thinking about the orchid in my window. It only blooms in the dark. Maybe some things need the blackout to open, to show what they really are when no one's watching. Air thickened, candlelight painted gold on his cheekbones. The hollow of his throat, the faint stubble along his jaw, I shifted closer, barely. What else blooms in the dark? His eyes locked on mine, held, deep, desire. If you let it. If you stop being afraid of what it looks like in the light. Silence, the kind that breathes, the kind that begs. I reached for the wine bottle on the table, 2 glasses. No labels, just a cheap red I'd bought because the label had a moon on it. Poured, handed him one. To blackouts. I said. To what they reveal, he countered. We clinked, drank, watched each other over the rims. Slow sips, slower smiles. You ever paint in the dark? He asked. Only when I'm scared of what the light will show, I admitted. When the colors feel too honest. Too raw, he set his glass down. And tonight? I met his gaze. Tonight I'm painting you, he laughed, low, warm. What color? Midnight indigo, I whispered. With lightning veins, and a hint of moss where the shadows pool. And maybe a streak of gold where the candlelight hits. He leaned in, slow. And you? Phosphorescent, I said. Glows when no one's looking. But tonight, I want you to look. His fingers brushed mine on the couch cushion, lingering, intentional. Chloe, he said, voice rough. This, I know, I breathed. I choose. Thunder rolled, lightning flashed. For 1 second, the room was white hot, then dark again. We didn't move. "Tell me something true," he said. I swallowed. "I've wanted to knock on your door for months, but I was scared you'd open it. And I'd have to admit I wanted more than borrowed sugar. More than small talk in the hallway. More than safe," he smiled. "I've wanted you to, but I was scared you wouldn't. And I'd have to admit I wanted more than you. More than the girl who paints storms on canvas and leaves paint on the mailbox." Beat. I shifted closer, our knees touched, stayed. "You still scared?" I asked. "Terrified," he said. "But the dark makes it easier. No masks, no excuses. Just truth," I laughed, soft. "Same. In the light, I'm just the girl with paint under her nails and a half-finished life. In the dark, I'm everything." He reached out, slow, asking, and tucked a strand of hair behind my ear. His thumb lingered on my cheek. Warm. "Real. Chloe," he whispered. "The power's going to come back. I know. And when it does, it won't change this." He leaned in, just enough. I felt his breath on my lips. "Some things," he said, "glow brighter in the light." Extended moment. We talked hours about the greenhouse he lost after. His wife died, how he still talks to the plants like she's listening, about the orchid that only blooms once a year and smells like vanilla and regret, about the canvas I keep hidden under the bed, the one that's just red, raw, unfinished, titled Want, about the way silence can be louder than thunder, and how some nights feel like pauses between heartbeats. Every confession pulled us closer. Every laugh sealed it. I traced the scar on his knuckle, old, from a rose thorn. He traced the paint on my wrist, cadmium red, still wet from earlier. "You're a mess," he said. "Your kind of mess," I replied. He smiled. "Good. We played a game. Truth for truth." He admitted he'd watched me paint through the window once, just for a minute, and felt like an intruder. I admitted I'd left my curtains open on purpose that night. He admitted he still sets 2 cups out every morning, even though it's been years. I admitted I'd started painting the sage green wall because it reminded me of his eyes in the hallway. Light. We drank more wine. We laughed until our sides hurt. We sat. Shoulder to shoulder, then hip to hip, then closer. I showed him the hidden canvas. He didn't flinch at the raw red. He just said, "It's beautiful." "It's you." Final moment, the lights flickered. On Fairy. Lights, lamp, fridge hum, the sage green. Wall glowed like it had been waiting. Everything. Looked the same, except us. We didn't pull apart, just looked, really looked. He smiled, slow. "Sure. Your desires didn't fade with the dark," I smiled back. "Good. Let them shine." Chloe winks at the camera, fairy lights now fully blazing. Candle still burning like a promise. And that's how a blackout became illumination. And illumination became us. Cresthaven's got a way of making darkness spark, doesn't it? Like, subscribe, ring the bell. Chloe's dangerous desires just got lit.